Hello and welcome to the first of our Shocktober wrap-up episodes of Who Would Win Masters. Today, we're getting real spooky, and that's because we're reading your comments and reviews. So scary. I am Sam Proof on all the socials, and we're talking about a holiday clash between Samhain and the one and only Leprechaun. As always, joining me in the virtual studio, Ed Waring. I can't even describe this. This is stained glass meets Stranger Things on the shirt. This is Ray Stacanis. Ray, how's it going?
Oh, we're doing great today.
Nice.
This is my Cthulhu shirt.
I was close.
It's Halloween. I got my David S. Pumpkins shirt ready to go, but we got some Halloween going. We're just trying to wear whatever spooky things I can find.
Nice. That's a good. Of all the shirts, that's the one I like the best.
Thank you. It's one of my favorites as well. You know, those sponsored Facebook ads really understand me.
Yeah. All right. And of course, if you're out there, you can always join us live for these wrap-up episodes if you are a member of our Patreon. So sign up and join us on patreon.com/whowouldwinshow and look for those announcements. I know it is a Monday this time, so I think we're going to be a little on our own, left to our own devices.
That's right. We put a thing up in the chat of the Patreon, but it's also like the evening of Monday before we post this in like an hour. So, as soon as we get done, this is going straight to the air. And if any of the patrons are around or they want to show up on a Monday night, I say we're here for them. If you yourself enjoy the show and would like to come be a part of it, live in studio, as we say, you are by far welcome to join patreon.com/whowouldwinshow. Even the $1 members have access to the links that get you in the studio. So come on and join us.
Love it.
We'll do it by ourselves, but it's a lot more fun when y'all come and join us. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Should we just get straight into the reviews?
Let's do it. We got 2 this week. I'm very excited about that. Sam, I believe you read the first one.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. The notes just say Keck, bunch of letters. So I assume
it's
this
a bunch of letters. Yeah, that's accurate.
It's a really long screen name.
K-E-K-E-N-D, J-S-M-D, M-K-S, K-D, J-K-D.
You just invalidated the need to write bunch of letters by actually reading all the letters. All right. This says...
Well, you know what? I decided in the moment I called it audible.
3 points. All right. This says, battle suggestion. We need the Tick versus Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants, please. First off, there is more to this. I'm a huge Tick fan. So yeah, I don't know that I could be not biased against that. But also, he's nigh invulnerable. Is Captain Underpants nigh invulnerable? I don't even know.
He might be nigh invulnerable. I don't know enough about the character, but I do believe this is a good matchup.
Potentially. I mean, there is, I think, Underpants in both comics. The rest of this says, or Angel from the Buffyverse versus Aiden from Being Human. Also a big fan of Angel. So you're speaking my language, Keck, bunch of letters.
Sounds good to me. Look, I know I've heard of Angel. That's the guy from Bones, if I remember this correctly. And I'm showing my age by referencing him in that way.
Wow.
And I've never seen Being Human, but I bet it's a good show.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I think I may have watched one episode of that, and I just wasn't into it. All right. What's next?
That's fair. Well, we got a second one here. The second one is from Mr. Squirrel 2099, writing us from the future, apparently.
Ooh.
He says, I don't normally do reviews, but I needed to give this show a 5-star review. I would also love to see/hear a matchup with Arkham Batman versus Insomniac Spider-Man. Would love to see a video game character versus video game character. Thanks for all the great episodes. Oh, and by the way, hashtag Ray is right. You're right. I am right.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Thank you, Mr. Squirrel 2099. Look, the very first episode I believe we did was movie Batman versus movie Daredevil. Maybe video game Batman versus video game Spider-Man would be a good matchup for next season.
Right.
I don't know. It's not a bad idea.
I have my guess how that's going to go. I'm not specifically familiar with that Insomniac Spider-Man, but I have guesses. All right, I'll save it.
I've played all 3 of the all 4 Arkham Origins. I played all 4 of the Arkham games with Batman, and I have
Mhm.
played only the first Insomniac Spider-Man, but it's very, very good. And
Okay.
I think that's a pretty good matchup too. Normally I detest the matchups that people are doing here. But in this case, that's 2 in a row that were very good. Give me
Yeah,
no more matchups, people. You did it. We can get out unscathed.
we got it. All right, moving on. I think it is time for the big reveal. First of our
Oh, yes.
Shocktober matchups. Uh,
Absolutely.
drum roll, please, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. Hold on one sec. Here we go.
With 86% of the vote, it is Ray with Leprechaun, which is yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
a big
tracks.
win.
I
Whew,
kind
that
of
was.
wanted 100% on that one, but
I
I'll
mean,
take the 80, I guess.
I'm like
86?
obviously this is, the way I voted, but I do remember this being a very close match. I'm actually shocked that the numbers are that skewed. 14% for Sam Hain from AJ. Um, I mean, of course, I feel validated in being right yet again. So there's that.
This is like 12 in a
Uh,
row. What is happening right now?
is it? Yeah. Is that
People,
12?
you
Is it
get Sam's going
13?
to get
I
too
don't
big
know.
ahead. You got to reverse one of Sam's decisions just to bring him back
No,
down to earth. He's floating away.
I'm gonna start robbing banks. I think is that
It's
that a
time.
good idea now? I
The
think it's
only
time.
thing that kept Sam Proof from giving the wrong decision was prison.
All
I'm just
right.
picturing the true crime documentary now.
Yeah. Well, I can start a whole new podcast. It'll be my own true crime
That's right.
podcast.
Let me tell you what I did next.
Yeah,
Oh my
fantastic.
goodness.
This is actual screams from the bank robbery. I just had my phone on record the whole time.
That's right. You know,
It's not
it
Foley.
helps it helps to remember the details when you record the whole thing on your phone.
All
That's
right.
my belief.
Any
Yeah,
any
what do
any
you got
last thoughts on?
comments?
Okay. All right. Want to move on? You don't want to gloat about
No,
your
I
your
mean,
epic
look,
win
no, like,
here.
I
All
will.
right.
I should. No, I should.
Yeah.
AJ cannot be here today, unfortunately. You know, he is with his family at a very popular theme park in the southeastern part of the United States that
Oh,
potentially
okay.
involves a rodent of some kind. And I could say right now, I think I'd rather be there than doing a podcast. So I think AJ in the end wins this in the end. He
That's
did
fine.
say he did reach out to me, or I reached out to him, and he responded because he's a G. Love me some AJ Porfirio. What he said was, he's very grateful to be a part of the show. He was very excited to come on and battle. He wants people to go watch the Trick or Treat movie this
Mm,
Halloween season if they have not already. And honestly, if you haven't seen that movie, you probably should. It's kind of a classic, a modern classic of Halloween movies. It's a good anthology series with a lot of star power in it. It's
mhm,
very good. And if you haven't played the Final Girl board game, I did do a big pitch for it at the end of the episode last. I really feel that from my heart. The newest feature film, A Rotten Harvest, based loosely on kind of Children of the Corn meets Pumpkinhead, which
oh,
those are two movies that are very, very good. And I
yeah.
love the game. If you haven't played it, it's a solo board game. You can play by yourself. You don't even need friends. I think that's why I like it so much. You should
Can you
check it
actually
out. You can
play
get it
with multiple
anywhere.
people? Is it only a solo play?
I sometimes, you know what, when I'm introducing other people to the game, I'll do the mechanics of the board and play as the killer,
Okay,
but it's all
got it.
mechanical. You don't actually make decisions. The game will
Gotcha,
tell you
gotcha.
what to do.
Kinda like Zombicide will do. Yeah, okay,
A
I
bit
getcha.
like Zombicide, yeah, as if you had one person playing the zombies.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright.
But it is it
Alright,
is at its
cool.
core, it is a solo game.
Nice. Alright,
So
let's
that's the
get into
story.
some comments. You wanna take this first one?
Let's do it. Yeah, we got a few here. I love to see it. We're pulling them from Facebook and we're pulling them from Patreon today. No Instagram comments. I posted a lot of videos over the
Come on,
week, but
guy.
we got a lot of likes and a lot of views on YouTube and on the Instagrams. But
Mm,
regrettably, no comments. The people
alright.
just they were so shocked by what they saw, they just had no commentary with which to speak. And you know
Complete
what? That's
awe.
okay too. That's okay too. I could be like some other shows and just make up names and make up comments, but I,
That's true.
I don't think that that's great. I will say here, you know what? I take that back. There was a video that we haven't talked about in the last 2 weeks when I talked about playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And predictably, people got all mad that I fell off that game. And I got a bunch
Uh-huh.
of all that one video got all the comments for the time. So here we go. She says, "Don't let this guy tell you about Legend of Dragoon. Lol. Skill issue isn't an excuse anymore when you have easy mode, dude. While it is a valid reason not to like it, it has been shown that you do not need to engage in the parry mechanic at all to beat the game. Another person, I would highly recommend playing it on the easiest difficulty. This other person got frustrated by lag messing up his timing with the parrying and dodging and set it to easy and ended up loving the game. And then finally, my favorite comment came from Justin Gabriel, 1765, who said, I mean, what's sad is that simply saying something isn't for you, and then you give a good reason why, people will come for you anyway. And that's the reality of the internet, ladies and gentlemen. So that's my
All right.
Expedition 33 Claire Obscure. I haven't played it since then. I don't, the combat did not bring me joy, and so I kind of fell off and I want to play other things now. That's life. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, the comments from Facebook and our Patreon about the actual show that we're doing. I guess we should do
Right.
those. I'll start us off here. Our first one is going to be from Cole von Rosenberg, who says, this is honestly a really tough call. I don't know how one permanently puts down the other. I think they fight forever, with Sam having more of an advantage when it's near Halloween and Leprechaun having a stronger edge when it's closer to St. Patrick's Day. That is an interesting take. I do see a
Yeah.
situation where these two can't get over on each other, and so they have to just agree to disagree and move along. Definitely, we don't do draws in the show, but I could see that
Right.
possibility.
Sure. And I mean, I think what we agreed on for this was some kind of incapacitation, final ruling.
Yeah, the
But
transmutation,
yes,
I think,
this
is the
is
one thing Leprechaun can do that Sam cannot.
right. Yeah, this is a battle of eternity, or until they get bored with it. All right. Ken Bjorn Turner says Samhain is a demon with a singular focus for its power. The leprechaun is a fae who has a focus but can use its power anywhere and any way it sees fit. And I think that does give some insight onto the last comment, I think. Yeah,
I
I
think
agree with
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that,
Well, I'll
that
go
makes a
with
lot of
the
sense.
yeah, Max the Man 1001, one of our favorite people. He says, I'll be in the minority and say that Sam wins. They
Finally, I
stalemate at
win.
many
Oh,
points.
okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, but Sam can create an army while the leprechaun cannot. That's true. Also, given
Mhm.
infinite time, it is more likely for the leprechaun to run into one of his weaknesses rather than Sam. That was a good point that AJ brought up. Well,
That
because
is
Sam
true.
has no weaknesses. I don't believe that an ancient demon that acts as a force of nature can be transmutated, but great battle, though. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Like, it really does all come down to that one thing. So if there was, a way to rule that out, then that would have completely turned this on its head. Or on its tail? I don't know. All right.
Turned
Lord
it on its pumpkin.
Moxford turned it on his pumpkin. Jacks its lantern. Wait, that doesn't PG-13. All right. Lord Moxford says Ray won this with Triangle Man. Wait, I mean, Universe Man, sorry, wrong show. Ray won this with the Leprechaun. I do love me a good They
That's
Might
right.
Be Giants reference. The
Love
characters
them
are
all.
very similar, but Ray's point about transmutation took this battle. AJ's point, I think this is AJ's points, didn't feel were strong enough to defeat the Leprechaun. Congratulations to Ray on his first Shocktober win. Also, love the Sam's Decision song.
How
Has
about
some
that?
Monday Night Football, his sitcom theme song, and ska vibes. This is almost word for word what I said to Ray when he presented me with this song. I was like, he gave me some
That's true.
choices, and I was like, this one because of these things. And it was almost those exactly. Sam, do you have an affinity for root vegetables? As the tale of the tape has been sponsored by both the National Rutabaga Association and American Turnip Federation. No, we go where the money is.
That's
I
right.
am a whore for root vegetables. Is that
There's big money in big veg. I'm just going to be honest with you. They back up the dump truck of lettuce, if you will, and we will take it every single time.
You
Big
can't
fan. No,
beat a beat. Is that a thing?
that's right. You can't beat a beat. That's I think the next. If you're
That's
hearing
right.
me, American Beat Council, the ABC as we call them, you gotta hit us up with this. We got a slogan for you and everything. We'll see what
Here
happens.
we go.
Lord Snurts, back-to-back Lords. Here we go. Lord
There you go.
Snurts says little to no knowledge of both combatants, but I flipped a
Mhm.
coin for this one, and
Okay.
oddly enough, the Leprechaun won. Ray
There you
took
go.
advantage of having the last word, and it convinced me he was right. See, I was right to feel a little bit bad about taking winning the battle in my final thoughts, as opposed to using that to wrap stuff up. I'm glad I gave AJ a chance to defend himself, which obviously was not
Yeah.
enough
Yeah.
in this particular.
uh, I do have to say, though, I think he should have rolled a dice because clearly Leprechaun controls coins, so he would have had his Fey abilities involved here. So, Snurts,
That's a
I don't
good
know
point.
that
I mean,
this
the
was a
leprechaun,
legit flip.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leprechaun controlled the coin. So there it
Yeah.
is.
All right.
Give him
Tom
back his
Newell,
gold, Lord Snurch.
give
He's coming for you.
he's going to get you. This is why he's
Don't-
not in the chat right now.
Don't-
Snurts.
We miss you, Snurch.
No, we need you. You're like
It was a good run.
10% of the viewing audience. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Of the live viewing audience, I should say. All right. Tom Newell Jr. says, Sam. And I would like to just respond with, Tom. Moving on.
I didn't plan for that to work out that way, but it sure did. Eric Hiding was just on the show, and, some people say he won. I don't
think you
know. I
skipped one,
disagree.
but all right.
Did I? You just did Tom Newell, and I got Eric Hiding here.
I have another one. All right, I'll read the other one after you read Eric.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I probably added that after the fact. Let me read the Eric
That's
one,
fine.
and then you read that one, okay? Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
The problem is the Leprechaun has 8 movies, and Sam has
Yeah.
most of 1. And I say that because he isn't the main focus even throughout the entire movie. I think this battle could go on for a long time. However, at some point, the Leprechaun will accidentally give Sam something, and then it will be over. That's how he lost at the end of his movie. The guy didn't do it on purpose, or no, but he got out of that part. He was still in trouble, but not with Sam. The Leprechaun has too many tricks up his sleeve, and Sam probably has more things he can do, but we just don't know what they are yet.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. We definitely need 7 more movies to really flesh this out.
That's right. And I do remember now on the document you're looking at, not the one I'm looking at,
Yes.
I did add a late coming Facebook comment.
All right.
So
Yeah.
there we go.
This comes to us from Dat Boy Dolo, who
Hi,
says,
Dat Boy.
Hey, Dat Boy. I feel this is more of an even fight than y'all think, 50-50. Well, we don't stand for 50-50 here. You have to make a choice. Get back to us next week. But no, this was
That's
a
right. Come on,
very
Dat
close
Boy.
one. Yeah.
It was close. So we have one more comment to read here. It's from Forbidden Mob. We like us some Forbidden Mob. He says, Ray found a pot of gold filled with a rich who would win victory. Interesting. It was fun learning about Sam and his movie. I'll be checking it out this season for sure. There you go. Forbidden Mob. He's got you, AJ. Sam has fairly similar powers to the Leprechaun. He was repped well, but Ray had 8 movies of content to pull from. Sure. There's a couple of weaknesses with all that content, yet also many incredible feats, including reality warping, teleporting, mind control, and necromancy. Sam can summon zombies, but the Leprechaun brings so much more to the table. Ray wins Sam's Lucky Charms. Great episode. Spooktober is here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. What an epic way to announce it.
Hashtag Spooktober.
Do not hashtag Spooktober. This is Shocktober, and I will be eternally shaming Sam for saying Spooktober on the show. We put that clip on the Instagrams. If you haven't seen it, highly recommended. I think Sam calls me a son of a bee.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I got dragged so much, and then still people sided with me on this battle. So that's saying something.
Well, they were really
I guess.
siding with me. I mean, that's how I choose to see it.
Sure, that's fair.
You can still drag Sam online people for saying Spooktober.
No, you can't. Nope. No, you
but
can't.
Spooktober was the name of your cute avalanche deal.
Sort of. It was spookity.
Good enough.
It was the spookity Meowoween, so it had the spook there, and
it's pretty good.
We'll leave it at that.
I like spookity meow. Why aren't we calling this the spookity Meowoween?
But I think we have no cats. I mean, occasionally one.
There's a cat constantly. What are you talking about? What am I hearing in my ears the whole episode? What are we talking about?
That's just Foley. I just add that in live. All right, we'll be back with more Spooktober. No, I'm just kidding. More of our Shocktober wrap up after this break.
Have you ever searched yourself online? The results can be surprising, sometimes unsettling, let me tell you. Your phone number, home address, and even details about your family are out there, whether you agreed to it or not. That's because data brokers are collecting and selling your information to marketing scammers, basically anyone who's willing to pay. It's the reason these robocallers know your name and why ads seem to track you across every screen. It is a digital nightmare. Well, Aura could be your solution. You cannot conceive of how many different scummy data organizations there are out there. When I used this service, I was shocked at finding out there are hundreds of places my info could be found. Hundreds! And Aura can shut a lot of that down. And if your identity's ever stolen, you're backed up by $5 million in insurance and 24/7 US-based fraud support to help you recover quickly. Look, other services charge about the same, but they only cover 1-2 areas maybe. With Aura, you get it all. Data broker removal, credit and identity monitoring, device protection, fraud support. It's all in one simple app. Aura removes what's already exposed, protects what's not, and puts you back in control. Right now, you can try Aura free for 14 days when you visit aura.com/remove. That's enough time for Aura to start removing your personal information from these data broker sites. Sign up today at aura.com/remove and get the peace of mind that your privacy, identity, and finances are safeguarded. That's aura.com/remove. Certain terms apply. See the site for details.
This is Sam Prue from Who Would Win Masters. We've opened new official channels and we want you there. Follow Who Would Win Masters on Instagram and subscribe to youtube.com/@WhoWouldWinMasters. And on YouTube, click the Visit Community button to leave your 1v1 battle challenges. Leave a comment and you might just hear it read on the show. Be a part of the arena, be a part of the debate. Now let's dive in. All right, we're back. This is a fast episode for us. We're just rolling through it. I think we've got the holiday spirit.
It's just me and you. We can go back and forth, but we talk plenty enough. You know, we got without that energy of that third person in the room. You know, it does slow the show down. We're gonna have a faster wrap up today, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. People have a lot of podcasts to listen to. Let me tell you, I'm driving on my commute to work in downtown Los Angeles to my day job. And I try to listen to podcasts as we go. And that gives you so much time to do. I'm just getting the podcasts I put in early, the second week of August. And I'm finally getting to them now. That's how far behind my podcast game is. I'm going to need to take a day off of work to just listen to podcasts. And if I work with you, obviously I'm not doing that. Wink, wink. I'm very sick.
It's been going around.
That's all I have to say.
All right.
So we're going to talk about what we're watching. Oh, I do have a thing first. Sam has replaced the rules of who would win in the battle. Have we talked about this yet? You made an original recording that was, when you were first starting out, you were still figuring out how stuff worked. It was fine, but I knew that you could do better. And we now have your WWE promo enhanced who would win rule set. And I think it's great. And have the people at home notice the difference. Y'all notice when we didn't have Sam say, "I'll be right back" before the Sam Decision song. Did you notice the new rules in there? That's what I want to know. Should we have bothered? I don't know.
Right. I mean, we should have, because every time I heard it, I was like, oh.
Well, the problem was you said the first rule without saying rule number 1, and then you said rule number 2. Go back and listen. He skips saying rule number 1. If you thought the Sam's Decision preamble not being there bothered you, that killed me every time I heard it.
I'm going to do a third one. It'll be like number 1, B, and Excelsior.
Ampersand. Oh my gosh, what's even happening right now?
The fifth rule
We're going to talk about what we're watching.
All right.
Dash. Boy. We're going to talk about what we're watching. I'm watching horror movies, and I love this. I don't think I've talked about it on the wrap-up. Have I talked about it on the wrap-up? I know. And we got other Shocktober matches coming. But I watch scary movies, and I like scary movies. And one thing that I did here, if I could just find my list, of course I can't. No. I watched 12 scary movies over the course of October of last year. That was sort of like
Nice.
my big thing. And so I just wanted to rattle off the 12 movies. I don't think I've done that on the wrap up
Oh,
yet, right?
okay. Yeah, no, I don't
So
think
we got
so.
a minute. We're running short. I'm just going to read this is what I watched. My goal with this is either watch a horror movie that either I've never seen before or a horror movie I haven't seen in a very long time and barely remember. So keep that in mind as I'm reading down this list, okay?
Mhm.
So first off, Five Nights at Freddy's I watched last year. Did not care for it as much as I did Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage. I think that's the superior battling animatronics in a pizza parlor movie. And yes, there are
Okay.
multiples.
Wow.
But there it is. You know what? Five Nights at Freddy's was okay, but it's a movie that has less to do with fighting animatronic baddies as it does a custody battle. And I think that's where my first problem came
Mm,
from the movie.
okay.
Not great. Not great, Bob. So, the second movie, Phantasm, very classic
Love
movie
it.
from the
That's a good one.
1970s.
Yep.
The very good movie. Then I saw Drag Me to Hell, a Sam Raimi movie I'd never seen before, and it was excellent. Very,
Hmm.
very good. One of the best movies on this list, I think. Then I watched Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2.
Oh,
That was to
wow.
do a
Yeah.
Who Would Win episode with the Creeper,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, or a potential episode.
Mhm.
Who even
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
anymore?
Right.
Those are okay. Those are fine. You know, the person who made it is kind of not a good person, and if you can get over that for 90 minutes, they're
Sure.
good enough movies. I guess. I watched The Burbs, which I do classify as a
Oh,
horror movie, even though
wow.
it's a comedy.
Sure.
I watched The
Yeah.
Burbs, which I'd never seen before all the way through. So
Oh,
that's then
wow.
I saw a
Really?
movie called Trick or Treat, ladies and gentlemen. I saw it for
There
the
you go.
first time last year. So I was well on board for this. Then Deer Camp 86. Deer Camp 86 came as a recommendation from my own sister, a great artist, Kellyanne Stakanis. You can look up her art online
Mhm.
and please buy her stuff. She needs the money, I say lovingly. Deer Camp 86 was made in Michigan, in Western
Uh,
Michigan, not very
cool.
far from where my grandparents' family farm was located.
Uh,
And so it's in farm country of Western Michigan, and they filmed a low budget horror movie about like a forest spirit, if I remember right. Deer Camp 86 had a couple themes I didn't love, but overall, a lot of
mhm.
heart in that movie because it was made for very little. Then we get to
Yeah.
some interesting ones. Not that those aren't. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Sam, I know you've seen
Oh,
that
so
one.
good. That's a great one. Yeah. That I loved it.
It's Tucker. That's a movie that turns the whole horror genre on its head by going from the,
Yes.
the 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 point of view of the quote unquote two hillbilly killers, as everything around them is
Mhm.
happening accidentally and by happenstance,
Yes.
and typically because the victims make bad choices and kill themselves.
Yes. No,
It's a
it's so
very,
well
very
done.
funny movie. It
Yes.
is legitimately a horror film, but it is also a comedy. I loved it.
Yeah.
Then I saw the original Terrifier. That's a very popular
Mm,
movie. I
mm.
don't think I'm into wanting to see parts 2 and 3, but part 1
Okay.
kinda keeps it close to the vest and doesn't go quite as gratuitous. I mean, not that it isn't somewhat gratuitous, but, I was glad to have seen it, and I don't know if I'm on board for sort of that level of what I know is in the sequels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know, made
Sure.
sense to me.
Yeah. Good
And then the
enough.
last 2, One Cut of the Dead. If you're gonna watch one horror movie that's gonna bamboozle you and then you're gonna find it delightful, and by the end you'll be cheering. One Cut of the Dead. It's a Korean movie that I don't want to say too much about, other than the general premise is people are shooting a low budget zombie movie when a zombie movie breaks out,
Nice.
or when a
Okay.
zombie
Zombie apocalypse breaks
apocalypse
out. Yeah,
breaks
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Now, that's basically what you need to know going into the movie, but it is
Mhm.
so much more than that and so much not that, but also so much absolutely that. It about halfway through the movie, I went, I don't like this. I don't know. It's broken up into 3 parts. After part 1, I say, this is wasting my time. It's funny enough, but it's not that good. And then the
Okay.
middle half happened, and I felt very confused, very deeply confused. I didn't understand what I was seeing until finally it clicked. And then the final third of the movie, or the third half as I would call it today, I was loving it. I was just giggling and joyful. And by the end moment,
Okay.
I was cheering. And I can't really
Alright.
explain it better than that. I saw it on, I want to say Tubi. It's Tubi or Shutter, but I don't remember. It's on one of those, probably Tubi. One Cut of the Dead. Very, very enjoyable movie. Highly recommended to everybody. But go in with an open mind and see it through. That's what I would say. The last movie was called Mortuary Massacre. The less said about that, the better. That was bankrolled by a friend of mine. It's a no
Really?
budget movie. And he
Okay.
gave me the DVD a few years ago, and I have to admit I never watched it. And he's a high school friend and a beautiful man. And I just had to watch it. And it's a movie that really loves the concept of people eating other people's faces for some reason, because they do it like three
Okay.
times in this
Cool.
anthology movie of sorts. That's basically everything you think your friends in high school would have put together. No budget, very little sense to be made of it. It's a bunch of vignettes that don't quite work together. It's delightful, but no one should ever see it. I saw it out of friendship. And that's the
Fair
reason
enough.
for the season.
Cool. Now I'm gonna have to check out
Okay, I
One
padded the
Cut of the
show.
Dead. Yeah.
So I'm watching a few. I'm not going to talk about it right now. At the end of the month, maybe we'll revisit. And I'll tell you what movies I'm watching for this run of the season. But I've had a good time with it. I very much enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah, I love zombie movies, so I definitely need to check out the One Cut of the Dead. I have not. I feel like I've heard of it, but I have not seen that one for sure.
Fill
So
the
we'll check
gap because
that
it's a
out.
movie I'd love to talk about after you've seen it.
Yeah, for sure. All
That's good.
right.
Well, what have you been
Um,
watching?
um, I've I I haven't watched anything, a lot of anything just recently. We saw one movie that was a Mark Wahlberg movie there, and it wasn't great. So I don't even want to promote it. It
What was it? Was
was
it Fear?
no, it was a recent. It's on Netflix
Oh,
right now. I
okay.
think it's Netflix. It's I wanna say it's like it had such a generic name, I can't even remember it, and it was just, like, generic action movie, and it was just almost all action. It's just him, and he's kind of like it's like a heist thing, and there's so many just not exactly plot holes, but, like, decision holes of, like, "Yeah, but why would you actually do that?" So I'm not even
Yes,
gonna
I
get
get
into
that.
it, you know?
No, that's right. It'd
But
be
we've
funny if
been
they had just named it The Heist Thing, because I would
yeah,
probably be
that would be
interested if
better.
they did.
Yeah, that would be better. But, we've been watching a lot of things that are, like, on the week to week right now, like, Only Murders in the Building and, The
I gotta
Morning
get caught up with that.
Show and High Potential, just catching up on all of those. And, our kids watched the entire 1st season of Wednesday, and we just started the 2nd season. So that's the big Halloween thing that we're kinda watching as a family, and I
That's
really love
great.
that show. I think it's just so well done.
I've never seen it, but I've heard so many good things. I feel like I should
Yeah.
try.
It's
That's
really
fair.
good time. Yeah.
Well, I made a choice a few weeks ago I'm going to do a rewatch of The Sopranos. YouTube has been shoving The Sopranos shorts into my feed
Really.
for like 3 months now, and I've been watching them like I'm like their video popcorn. I just keep popping one after another, and I'm like, I remember really liking this show. I wonder how it's holding up. I just finished season 1, and
Wow.
it's very much a television show. It's very good.
Sure.
There is very interesting things. It is funny watching it like 25 years later from when it first came out with kind of fresh eyes. And that
Yeah.
pilot of The Sopranos it's just a pilot, ASS. It's a pilot. I can say that on this show, right? It's one of those.
Sure.
It is one of the best definitions of a TV show pilot you will ever see. It's asking a bunch of questions, not really answering them, introducing characters. I mean, it's a pilot, but like some pilots do it well and some pilots do it poorly. And I would say the Sopranos pilot did it very, very well. It's
Yeah.
just so almost paint by numbers looking at it in hindsight for how you write a pilot. So, all of you aspiring writers out there, I would highly suggest if you haven't watched it even in a while, rewatch the Sopranos season 1, episode 1 pilot, because that is how you do it. I learned something about writing pilots just from watching it. Not that I'm writing pilots, but if I was going to, it would help. And season 1's
Nice.
great. Like a lot of interesting things happen. It's a lot of fun. There is a lot of filler episodes in the middle that I did not remember,
Oh,
but
yeah.
so it goes. It's a TV show. That's how it
Yeah.
goes when you have to do 13 episodes or 24
Right.
or whatever it is. You're gonna get a little filler in there, and right in the middle, right after he takes Meadow on the college trip, if you remember this, and he kills
Uh-huh.
the guy who like ratted on his crew who was like up in Maine. Then there's
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
3 or 4 episodes in a row of just pure filler, and it's so disappointing.
He's just going to thrift stores, being like, I don't know, I could probably wear a
It
fedora.
is. He's like, "I don't know. I'm a gangster." It's crazy. Anyway,
Look
though, I did
great.
enjoy it. I'm gonna start season 2 pretty soon and, go from there. It's good times.
Nice. Cool, cool. All right. Yeah, the only other thing I have, and I think I may have talked about this in the past, I don't remember, but it is somewhat Halloween related, so I thought I would bring it back up. This is another kind of week to week thing, and it's something I'm not watching but listening to. It is the Dungeons and Daddies Season 3 podcast, which is an
Yes.
actual play, and they are currently doing a Call of Cthulhu storyline. So it all takes place in
Into it.
Peachyville, which is a what 1950s. Yeah, there you go. Cthulhu shirt, like a 19s suburban, area, and then chaos ensues. And it's awesome. Like, uh, it's Freddie Wong and his crew and Beth May and all of them, and it's a lot of fun to listen to them have fun together, creating this world and going along this weird ass mission.
That's great. No, it's fun. I do have one more. I went to go see a movie in theaters, and it was not the Taylor
Mm.
Swift movie. My kid got sick, unfortunately, so I had to miss
Well,
that. But I went with, TV's Gina Ippolito, star of the new
nice.
Rockstars channel. We went and we saw The Strangers Chapter 2, the sequel
Oh,
to the aptly named Strangers Chapter 1, which we saw together last year. Now it's a tradition, we have to see all of them.
nice.
And
Okay.
I didn't think it was a very good movie.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna come as a shock that the Chapter 2 version of the Strangers remake might not be good. But the thing to
Hmm.
know about it is the people who made that movie really loved backstory, which is weird because the
Okay.
whole thing that makes the strangers scary is you don't know anything about them.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Huh.
And if you didn't think there was a giant pig that would attack somebody in the middle of that movie and be like 10
Wow.
minutes of that movie, you'd be wrong because a giant pig attacks one of the characters in that
Oh,
movie and
jeez.
it lasts an aggressively long time. And then you get backstory for the pig.
For the pig? Oh no.
For the pig. That's right. You get backstory for the pig.
Does
Strangers
it
chapter 2.
flash
If
back to
you're
when it was a piglet and it's in a
yes,
petting zoo and it's like somebody's petting it from tail to head and he's like, "That's the wrong way.
you're
I'm
only
mad
like
now."
kind of wrong. You're mostly correct.
Oh my god.
It is. I mean, look, as an experiment, it's worth seeing, but like, I'm glad I went to go see it in theaters. Was not no jumps. The first one made me jump like,
Yeah.
I don't know, half dozen times.
Yeah.
I get when I watch a horror movie, I get into it. I don't pretend like I'm not so tough. I don't jump. I ain't scared. I let myself
Right.
be involved in the moment. And when they do a good job, I'll jump and I'll shout and I'll laugh afterwards at how ridiculous I am. And it'll be a lot of fun, right? I like to have fun at these things. I did not
Nice.
jump or scream or
Yeah.
anything a single time in Strangers Chapter 2. I did mostly laughing at how absurd some of the things that were happening on screen were. That's not a good sign for your horror movie.
No, no, that's not what you
Rennie
want.
Harlan, you're welcome to come on the show and debate me, but you got to do it with one of your characters. Perhaps it could be the giant pig from Strangers Chapter 2.
What yeah, what would he fight against? Who would you set the giant pig up
Well, it
against?
didn't take much to kill him in this one, so I don't know.
So Wilbur, just a different pig.
Maybe, yeah,
Wilbur,
maybe
but
Mr.
with Charlotte. Yeah.
Charlotte and
Alright.
Wilbur. I'll take that.
Yeah,
You
tag
know,
team. Alright. Alright.
anyway, that was Mike's wonderful experience. So more about that a little bit later. I'll just say little teaser for the end of the show.
Okay. Oh, alright. Cool. Alright. Do we have some kind of movie night thing happening?
We
A
do.
watch
We
party
have a
going
movie
on?
night coming up. First off, I want to talk about Patreon. We
Oh,
have
you
had a
wanna do
few
that
new
first? Okay.
patrons come on Patreon, and I appreciate every single one of you. I try to put some stuff on there, give you plenty to do. Any pictures I could have from my day job that I'm allowed to share, I will
Mhm.
share them. And if you don't know where that is, just check out our Patreon because you should be able to figure it out somewhat quickly. It's a very exciting place to be these days. my movie watch event. We're going to be doing these once a month. We're absolutely going to watch scary movies. Last time we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space and had an absolute blast doing it. A really, really good time. I believe Delvin Cox was there. And was it Lord Snurts that was there? I believe so. And we all sort of got on and we were hanging out and watching the movie. I want to do another horror movie. I want to share one of the space movies, either Leprechaun 4, Critters 4. Okay. We could watch Jason X or maybe even the Hellraiser in space movie, but no one's going to pick that. You, the people, ultimately will decide. And we're going to do it in probably a couple of Fridays since you hear this. Right now, I'm currently shooting at doing it Friday, October 24th in the evening. Okay. So keep that day free in advance. Put it on your calendars right now. And if you aren't a member of our Patreon, if you are the $1 tier of patron, you get the link. You can come join us for movie night, hang out, be in our audience, watch the movie. We read your comments. We have a blast with it and just be silly on a Friday night. So we're looking at October 24th doing that. I'm pretty sure that's open in my calendar as I check right now. Yeah, it's open right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that on the board right now. Join the Patreon at patreon.com/whowouldwinshow. And we can watch Scary Movie together, have some laughs. And I thought it was a blast. Every time we've done it, we've watched the movie Shocker by Wes Craven, which is one of the most bat poop crazy movies you'll ever see. No one appreciates how insane that movie is. The people seeing it, who were seeing it for the first time when we watched it, were like, I had no idea this was this crazy. And it is. And then we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space, as I said before. Nice. Wonderful movie. One of my favorite all-time silly horror movies. Gotta love it.
Awesome. All right. And go join us on Patreon at patreon.com/whowouldwinshow. So you can join us for the movie nights, for these wrap-up episodes, and all the other good stuff. We want to see see more people in this chat. Otherwise, it's just me and Ray talking to ourselves. Not even to each other, just ourselves.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
No, I just talk to myself, and every so often, Sam interjects. That's
like,
the show.
Hey, I'm still here.
I get monologuing, and we've talked about this before. I get monologuing, and I can't help myself. I have a lot to say, which is weird because I talk all the time. How do I still have more things to say? I must think I'm very wise, but hashtag Ray is right.
All right. Ray, I think it's almost time for us to get out of here, but do you want to let everyone know about the next?
Do you want to talk about what next week's
battle?
Episode's going to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the second of
next
our
week's battle.
3...
I'm very excited for this one.
Me too. This is going to be great. It's
the
second of our 3 Shocktober episodes. What do we have, Ray?
Well, we're looking at the second Shocktober episode. We're going to have Buffy the Vampire Slayer versus Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th movies.
Nice.
With special guest debater, the aforementioned new Rockstar's own TV's Gina Ippolito. So Gina, also from Knowing Is Half the Podcast, is willing to come on the show and come on multiple podcasts with me. That's crazy if you think about it. And we are going to have a very spirited debate with Buffy versus Jason. I know at home, you all are home being like, ooh, who does win that one? Well, you're going to have to wait 1 week, but we will be doing it for you there. And it's going to be a real slobber knocker of an episode because me and Gina are both very competitive and we both like to win. And we both knew our characters. A lot. It's
true.
That
too.
But so
we both know these characters.
We both know our characters like very, very, very well. Yeah.
This is going to be great.
It's going to be a really good one. So check out that one.
Yeah. All right, gang. Thank you for listening. And absolutely make sure you're following us on our social media and our Patreon. Join us at Facebook and Threads and patreon.com/whowouldwinshow. Join us next week to hear this awesome battle of Buffy versus Jason. And if you think you've got what it takes to be a part of Who Would Win Masters, record a 1-minute video demo of yourself and send it to whowouldwinshow@gmail.com. And who knows, maybe we'll see you in the Challenger's chair in the future. For Who Would Win Masters, this is Sam Proof. Stay strong.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hi, I'm Erica.
And I'm Cassandra.
And we're the hosts of Trashy Trashy.
We're a podcast filled with trashy news stories and garbage people.
Did you leave the scene of an accident to go tanning?
Do you refer to wearing the strap down on your Crocs as sports mode?
Have you ordered Domino's online before they even open in the morning?
Are you switching the same AAA batteries from your TV remote to your vibrator instead of just buying more batteries?
Or are you normal?
Check us out wherever you download podcasts.
Sup everyone, Brian here, host of the TV and Movie Trivia Podcast. It's a trivia-style podcast focusing on TV and movies. Listen in for questions like, what's the name of Michael Scott's screenplay? What do you say to view the Marauders map? What are Tony Stark's last words to Thanos in Avengers Endgame? And where does Ron Burgundy say he is when he calls the news station sobbing from a phone booth? I've covered The Office, Harry Potter, Marvel, Will Ferrell movies, Lord of the Rings, and more, with even more on the way. So play along to the TV and Movie Trivia Podcast anywhere you get podcasts, and stay tuned for more trivia.